All right. Good afternoon on a special edition of Daily Davinci Debacle. Hopefully, audio video is cool. I wanted to actually try something. I don't have anything planned like normal. I was sitting here playing around this morning with DaVinci Resolve. And I thought, I should record this. And then I thought, better yet, I don't have anything to do this afternoon. I'll just do a live stream. So that's what brought us here. I want to try something. I'm going to go to my OBS. If I were to bring OBS over to this screen, it will have the mirroring effect. Now, I added the background to this right here. Where am I at? Right here. I added this. Okay, that is not through Zoom. This is actually being done through OBS. But what I want to do now is I want to go into here. I want to see if I can copy this. Apparently I cannot. All right, that's fine. Let me go over to here and figure out how that we did this. Because this camera, if I deactivate this camera right now, then I go away. Or I should go away. And I did. Now I'll reactivate it and I'll come back. Now you'll notice there's no background on this. It's just a black screen. Video capture device 6. Okay, that gives me hope. So I'm going to go back over to Daily Davinci. And I come back and I have a background. Now that background is actually layered behind me. If I were to bring the camera beneath that, then the camera goes away and then it shows the background. And put the camera back in front of it or on top of it, and you can see I'm now back where I'm supposed to be. So having said that, I want to try something before I get into Daily Davinci. I want to go into my 4 screens and I want to add video capture device, and I want to add an existing one. Good afternoon to Tony Wallow. Did not mean to ignore you. And it's number 6. I'm going to say okay. Oh, look at that. I'm there. So now I should be able to take this box and put it to wherever I want. This new OBS stuff is really interesting. Well, that's good. That's good to learn right there. I'm just going to throw me in the right there in the smack dab middle of all 4 of my monitors. What do you guys think about that? Now, I know I said Daily Davinci Debacle. This is probably going to be a little bit of both OBS and Daily Davinci Debacle, because now what I want to do is my background is actually the 4 screens. Screen number 1, screen number 2, 3, 4, etc., etc., etc. Can I change that? Can I change that? Let's try to change it. I don't want this background. Now on screen number 1, if you look right there, screen number 1 actually still has, if I were to move this out of the way, oh, I'm not there. Why am I not there? I should, because that's Daily Davinci. But I should be, because it's in Davinci. Never mind. I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to real quick see if I can change this background. We're going to add an image. And we're going to just call this image Davinci background. I'm going to hit OK. Now we got to go find it. So I'm going to go over here and browse. And I'm not going to browse in my downloads like I normally do. I'm actually going to go over to Daily Davinci, and I'm going to go into Davinci. I'm going to go into here. No, that's not what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go back a layer, back. Daily Davinci's, logos, and no items match my search. And that's looking for all formats right there. So what if I change this to all files? There we go. This might work. This has got some promise, I think. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to open it. And I'm going to hit OK. And I don't see it. I don't even, well, unless it's right here, which it could be, I don't see it. I'm going to turn it off, turn it back on, click on it, and I don't see it. So I'm going to go find me a picture. Doggone it. So go back to my D drive. Let's see if this has got anything. I don't know what this is. Again, I don't see it. Interesting. It's not even showing up over here. Okay, let's figure that out. I'm going to turn that off. Turn that off, 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 and that off. I'm going to go find Davinci background, browse. I'm going to go back a level. I'm going to go into logos. I kind of want to see if I can get that MP4 file. So I'm going to open that. And I do not see it. Okay. One last attempt to find something here. This is a JPEG file. We'll open that. I'm not even seeing that. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that and start the process over again. I'm going to grab I'm going to grab a media source, and we'll call this Davinci background MP4. Hit OK. We'll go browse. We'll go into logos. And it shows up now because it's an actual MP4, and that's what I'm looking for. So we're going to put that in there. And then it should have popped up in here, but that's fine. I can live with it not doing that. There we go. Awesome. Now, it's a little big. I'm going to shrink it down. Kind of go off memory here. That's what I want right there. So now, I gotta go back into it. So I'm going to click on it, go into properties, and I'm just going to loop it so that it runs continually because it's an MP4. That'll run continually. Now we're going to bring the camera back. Oh, wait. Camera's got to be on top. There we go. Now, I'm going to move this so that Daily Davinci is just barely being seen. There we go. That'll work. That's how you add a background. So now if I come in here and I bring back all the screens, screen number 1, or that's actually screen number 3, screen number 4, screen number 2, and screen number 1. Why it's showing YouTube being blank, I don't know. Oh, because it's behind. So now if I off click on this, Now, I don't like this big box on there like that. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to adjust the Davinci thing. And then if I want to identify the text, the screens, I just click on the screen text and brings it back. So that's that. Um, that could be cleaned up quite a bit, and I probably will clean it up quite a bit. I just wanted to basically do that. So that's cool. See ya. Gonna delete it. We're gone. Now we're going to get rid of, now the MP4 is there. Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of the camera, but that's fine. I'm going to get rid of the Daily Davinci as well. That's fine as well. So the reason I'm showing this to start with is this gives you an idea of what my day has been like. Over on screen number 2, which is actually screen number 3, I'm watching Doug's thing and working in DaVinci Resolve. And I'm going to put this back over here. Now that's a better representation other than the screen names are off themselves. This shows you what I'm doing. Screen number 1 should be DaVinci with Daily DaVinci on it. Screen number 2 should be YouTube, and it is. Screen number 3 is this one, but you get an idea. I got 4 monitors, 4 things going on. So let's jump into DaVinci Resolve, shall we? So first things first, we'll open DaVinci Resolve, and we will try to figure out why. There we go. So as I mentioned a while back, I'm thinking about changing this around. It was cool at the time and it's okay now, but I'm thinking about changing it around. Now you see the background of the thing and you now understand the process of that. That was all done in OBS. There was no trickery done with Daily DaVinci whatsoever. All done in OBS. So once this kicks over, which it has, your host is not paying attention. What I'm doing here is I recently went and downloaded what was known as a DaVinci Essential Starter Pack. And you get all kind of cool little things pre-made for you to use. So I thought this morning I would explore some of those. Now I'm going to render this out real quick. I got to this point, I thought, boy, this is where I really need to stop and maybe do this live. So I've already put my title in, MP4. I'm going to add to the render queue, and I'm going to render it out. Have no clue how long it'll take. It says 12 minutes. That's truly amazing. This is nothing more than 5 of the same pictures and a bunch of effects, but it's going to be well worth the wait. So we'll minimize this. There's no sense us watching that. I can tell down here in the tray. And I will go show you what this is. So from Video Editor Studio, I downloaded the starter pack for DaVinci Resolve. It was free. It actually it goes to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee site that I use as well as other people, and you can give them a donation or you can get it for free. I have no idea where this goes, so let's go see. While we're killing time, let's go see where this goes. Okay, it takes it to their website, the Video Editor Studio, and then clearly I've already got this. I've already got the starter pack, so I'm just going to X out of that. And I'm sure some of this stuff has prices to it, but that's where I got it. Made free title pack for you to enjoy. Contains 20 titles at a library. Download it now. After much thinking, I did download it and pretty happy with it so far. I will show you some things once that gets rendered that will just amaze you, because it amazes me. Now, I've been keeping this as new just in case something goes wrong. I'll be able to get a hold of them. And this looks like it's about done. Yeah, see, that was the quickest 10 minutes I've ever had in my life. All right, that is rendered out. So we're going to go back to edit. Going to jump over here to Fusion. And I had I had not looked at that until just now. There is that first effect. Now I understand Fusion enough to see that he took a background and then he probably made all of this, copied it, copied it, copied it, copied it, and changed it. So I just wanted to share. That's that one. Let's go look at this one. Now that's interesting. I want to see the nodes. All right, I can live with that. I'm going to right click on the effect and I'm going to open in Fusion. And I get the same thing. Wow, there we go. I knew it was possible. This one, kind of confusing as well. Now what he's done is he's taken the basic effects, which starts with the background, or she, and he's put it all inside a little box. It's called an underlay, I believe. And then if you move the box, and if you move this over here, you'll see the media out is over up on top. It's just basic Fusion 101. Take something in, run it through a bunch of stuff, put it to the out. Now I haven't looked at this yet. And this is why I want to buy the one effect. This is the only reason I want to buy the one effect. I don't necessarily want to use it. I want to get in here and say, okay, what happens if I click on this text node? Why is that not showing? Well, let's go bring it up over in here. Bring this down where we can see it. Yeah, sure. There we go. So this text node is what's over here. And as you see, when I grab it and move it around, that's what happens. So let's get out of that. Let's go see what it looks like, what my little experiment looks like rendered out. So I'm going to go here. I believe it was in Daily Davinci's, and I believe I put it in logos, and I did, and I called it Daily Davinci Logo Echo Effects. So let's see what this looks like. Now, full disclosure, I haven't done anything other than downloaded the pack and messed around to get it to what I think I'm going to like so far. The bouncing effects and all that. As much as I like this one, I've got to figure out how to get rid of the rectangle where that's at. I like the effect. I do not like the rectangular effect. This is called lightsaber. I can't figure out how to change the color. I want the color to change. I like the effect. I don't like the color. And this is where exploring things. And I absolutely love this font. That font did not come with this package. That's a font I went and found, and I like it. And I've got ideas with this. If this goes the direction I think I'm going to take it, and then of course we got the Grinch. And I did mess around with the color grading on that a little bit and got it to change, and I like it. And that was probably a good 45 minutes to an hour 15 this morning messing with that. Um, this one, it bounces around and changes the colors. Again, this one, I don't like the purple rectangle right here. I gotta wait for it to catch up. There we go. I don't like the purple rectangle. I like the effect. I changed the font. I changed the color. This next one, I like the effect. I just can't change. I haven't figured out how to change the color yet. And then this next one coming up, maybe. Come on, YouTube. I paid the bill. I know the bill's good. I know I have service. So I like the font. And then lastly, but not leastly, we're gonna have the Grinch. I'll let it catch up. So that is that. Now, if I want to not have this be an MP4, and I think I've demonstrated this before, that should be the source. So I'm going to bring this down to here. So right now it's an MP4. Oh, daggone it. Did I really do that? Right now it's an MP4. If I want it to be a JPEG static picture, I open up my shutter encoder program and I simply go find the file, which we know is over in D drive, and we know it's in Davinci, and we know it's in completed projects, and we know I put it in daily Davinci's, we know I put it in logos, and we know I named it daily Davinci logo effect, echo effect, because at the time I only was using the echo effect. So I'm going to drag that over here. No, I'm not. I'm going to hit open. I've not ever seen this. It says daily Davinci completed project contains invalid characters. It may, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can render it out. I'm gonna choose what I want it to do, which is JPEG down here at the very bottom. And then it gives you all this nonsense. I don't ever look at anything. I start the functionality, and in about 2 seconds, it's done. And we'll go see what that looks like. I'll change this just in case I want you guys to hear what's going on. So I'm probably done with this. It's not a big deal. I'll just shut it down. I'll shut this down. Go back over here into Daily Davinci's. There'll be 3 things now. A JPEG, MP4 effect. Oh, I know what's going to happen. Yeah, I didn't realize that. There's not going to be any. I can't move that. That was kind of stupid on my part. I should have realized that before my gray matter kicked in. Of course, it's not going to work. The logos themselves have movement. So this gives me a sub project to work on to where now I can go back into Resolve and now I don't need, well, I don't know, I may just leave it. Yeah, that makes perfectly good sense actually, in that this has all got animation or movement, how whatever you want to call it. And I should have realized that. I wasn't thinking. So that was me. Okay. I'm okay with that. I can live with it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take the what happened to YouTube? Where'd YouTube go? Did I just disconnect YouTube suddenly? Somehow? Oh, there it is. That was scary. All right, I see I need to make an adjustment here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it over here on this screen. And then I'm going to go, oh, OBS went away, but yet I'm still streaming. Darren Gilholm says still streaming. Hi, Darren. I'm going to apologize for the mirroring effect. I'm going to watch the stream at the same time I move this. A little bit more up. I'm trying to get me off of the red subscribe that's in the lower right hand corner. I'll go with that for right now. And then I'll go ahead and no, I'll just leave the background where it was at. I was going to adjust that as well, but that looks pretty good. I'm not 100% out of the woods, so to speak. I'm still got a little bit there, so I'm okay with that. All right, so we'll come back over here. We'll come back over here, and then I had a thought, but now I don't remember what that thought was. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. Just going to leave that running. I'm actually going to go try something here. I apologize for the silence. I'm going to see something. I don't really want to divulge what that something is. Okay, that's not good. So I can change, I can do this, and I kind of figured I could do that. Well, maybe I can't do that. Now see, all I did is I changed the background from from the Davinci Resolve a logo to a static picture, and it's not working. And I know it's not working because behind me I have a black screen. So that's weird. I'm going to go back into here. I'm going to go browse. I'm going to go to daily, Davinci, projects. Daily Davinci's. Huh. Okay. That's weird. That's really weird. Let me get something back there. I'm going to go to browse. Go to my downloads. We'll see what this looks like. So either one of two things is going on right now. Either I've taxed my computer, which is possible, or it just doesn't want to cooperate. I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to go into this. I'm going to go into browse. I'm going to grab the one I know works because I had it working a while ago. And it's back. What the holy moly camole? No matter what I put in there, that should show up. I should be able to go right here. I should be able to grab this picture, and there it shows up, and it's obviously not proportional. So that's correct. I should be able to grab this picture, and it's there. That's correct. So that's really strange. Now it decides, all of a sudden it decides it wants to work. So if I grab the turkey, okay, I'm good. Let me put this right here. This is what I do. Yeah, Tony, I'm telling you, Gremlin's bigger than you know, brother. So as long as it's a JPEG, I can put any background I want in there. I really can. Um, so I'm going to bring the camera back up to give me some reference of where I want this to go. And that's all it is. It's just reference on where I want this to go. And I'm going to work it down to and there we go. That is really, really odd. Now, I wonder. Yeah, it's about DaVinci Resolve. It's not about this. So let's get out of this. I'll leave that up there. Everyone loves a wintry scene, except for me. I'll let YouTube catch up. Meanwhile, I'll get a cup of coffee. Do I have any questions from my two followers, Darren Gilholm and Tony Wallow? Any questions at all? Any suggestions? I don't have my Stream Deck running, otherwise I'd play the awkward silence cricket thing. Now, can I move my camera? Oh yeah, let's put me a little bit right there. That looks a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. I like that. This looks pretty good. It looks like I'm almost straight on. I do have to look up a little bit. And I got the background behind me, although I am a little bit off the screen now, so I'll deal with that later. But I'm going to lock that. I'm going to lock that. And that looks pretty good. I still need to clear the logo, the YouTube subscribe button. And is that interactive? It is interactive. I like that. All right, I am going to save this. And I'm going to move on to something else. So I'm going to save the project. And this is going to be Davinci test echo text effects. And we're going to save it. And I don't need this open now. I'm now going to go back to my file, project manager, and I don't, since I named it, I can just go do what I want to do. But I can't. I want to open a new project. And that new project gets open just like this. Right click, close. Now I can do an untitled project. Double click, not even going to change it. So in this starter pack, if you highlight this, it shows you in the screen what you got. So Essentials is another one I downloaded, and I'm not sure why it's not showing up because it should be. There we go. This comes with a check and cross and bullet points, lower third, icons. Somebody put a lot of time into this stuff. They really did. Although I know I'm missing something, and that's fine. Percentage box. There you go. Let's bring this down to the timeline. Bring it over here. Hit play. My question is it interactive? And I don't know if it is or not. I'm going to go ahead and continue playing. Okay. So I'm thinking if I grab this thing here, I can put that where I want. And I can. So that's pretty cool. If it's interactive, that would be even better. Now, if I want to see what this is, can I go straight into Fusion? I cannot, but you can see there's a bunch of stuff in there. So let me open it in Fusion. Double click it here. Okay. I hope Rick Lakes is watching because I've got a question for him. Is he really sure he wants to do this? So again, if I move this box, shows the media out, and you can put this media out wherever you want. You can put this media out. It doesn't matter where you put it. Traditionally, it goes there. I see a lot of these guys that do these things put it on top for some reason. I don't know why. Can I? I can. Cool. I'm going to put it back on top. What I'm trying to do is that right there, which is shrink this down so I can see, daggone it, so I can see all the nodes at once. I can see all the nodes at once, which is good, but I can't tell what they are because I zoomed it in. So if I zoom this out just a tad, then I can see what they are. So a background, I think we can double click it there. He's got it set to transparency. That's pretty cool. So we'll go see what this rectangle is. Just a basic rectangle. Now what I should do is, as I'm doing this, is put this over here in the view. So the rectangle is the white box around the subscribe. So if I put this back where it's supposed to be, which I believe was right about there, Control Z is your friend, so we're going to find out what Control Z does. There we go, Control Z. That puts it right back where it was supposed to be. So we'll go see what this background node is. And again, it's transparent. Oh no, he's got, that is not transparent. That is that Tony with the, oh, okay, that's my buddy from Louisiana. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is good. This is good. This gives you guys an idea of what I'm doing. But now I'm kind of confused as to why I don't need that there. I can see that. And I really, seriously, there we go. I really don't follow. Oh, wait a minute. So the rectangle is this, but then he put a background node behind it and made it not transparent. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to live dangerously. I'm going to mess with this guy's stuff. We're going to change. Oh, it is. All right. I like that. I can change the color. Lately, I've been hanging with this teal stuff. I don't know why. I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to click OK. So that's cool. Then the merge node, obviously, is a merge node. It's going to, all the merge node's doing is it's taking the original background and these two things and putting them together. Boom. That's what this is. So let's see what the original background was, which we know is nothing more. The first background always sets the canvas, and in this case, it's 1920 by 1080. Okay. That's pretty standard. So now let's go look at this one here. This is going to be is that a copy of this? Nope, that's probably a copy of that. Let's go look at this one. That's just a plain background. If we double click over here and bring it up in here, then I'm not seeing the color in here. That's interesting, because the color is going to be right there. If I go double click on this and then we change the color, double click on the color. Oh, I kind of like the rainbowish look right there. I'll go with that. I kind of like that. It's away from the traditional thing. I like that. Cool. So that's that one. I could go through each and every one of these. I'm almost going to go out on a limb, and I think these are maybe interactive. I don't know, but I think they are. But this gives you an idea of how some of these things that look so simple are put together. This looks like it's real. I mean, this looks like, honestly, you're thinking, oh, that's nothing more than a thumbs up, a bell, and a background, and text with a border around it. Well, the reality of it is, it's a little bit more complex than that. It really is a little bit more involved. Now these actually in there, so there's no sense. I mean, I can bring this over here and then expand it, but you can see this goes to that, goes to that, goes to that. There's where the colors are being controlled. I don't know what an op underscore A and I is yet. To the merge, and then it goes out. So let's go back over here, go back into effects, and let's see what else we can mess around with real quick. I am going to wrap this up. And you got the lower third, and you got again. So that is interactive. Is this one interactive? Sort of, kind of looks interactive. All right. Then you have the effects of the echo. So if we bring this down here and bring this over here, this is where we started the day at. This is where I started my day at. You double click on that. Then you can go in here to size control, change the size, you can change the angle, all basic stuff. I mean, if I'm saying basic, you know it's basic, okay? Seriously, if I say it's basic, there ain't much to it, believe me. So we'll leave that like that, and then we'll go into, you can change where it's at right here. Double click that and put it back to the middle. You could keyframe that, put it back to the middle. So I'm done with size. Going to go into text control. Here we go. Color. I got a little confused on this. So I'm going to click on the color. I'm going to bring the color tab up here. I'm going to grab the color. Okay, clearly that changed. I kind of like that one. So let's see if that'll change it. So I'm going to go up here and hit OK. And that to me didn't change, although it looks like it changed in here. Color says it's blue now. But I think that's because of all the other stuff going on. And again, in the tab that we're in, which is text control, you can change your text. And then when you change your text, it changes everything, obviously. So if you go Alba, Alba Resolve, Alba Super, Arrow, I can't pronounce it. There's the one I really like. So I'm going to use this one. And then if you change the size, then it really throws things out of whack. And I'm thinking about getting a gym mouse with the daggone ball on it. Oh, that's scary. Oh, I shudder to think I said that. I'm shuddering to think I think it. But I'm actually finding it might be easier. This is your tracking. It just spreads your letters out. It can just double click, puts it back. Line spacing. If I come in here and I put hello, Darren. Hello, Tony. And then I come down here to line spacing. Then you can just separate that out like that. Okay. You can do it up here as well. And I'll demonstrate that. I think I can remember how to do that. So we'll double click this, puts it back together. If I go in there and I hit enter, if I go in there and I hit enter, I've done basically the same thing. However, in line spacing, you have more control over what you're doing. So I'm going to double click this back to 0. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to delete one time. I'm going to go up to here, delete one time. Then it puts it all back the way that it was. And then I can go in here to tracking. You can grab the little circle, track it this way. Or you can grab the number here, backspace it out. Let's go to 2.0. Oh, that's too much. So let's go to 1.5. Still too much. So let's go to 1.25. Getting there. Or if I had the trackball, I'd just grab this thing right here and track it like this. So I'm going to track it to about right there. Now I'm going to take the line spacing and I'm going to increase it to 2.5. Sweet. I would never be able to get this effect using the old space method in here. In fact, if I space this out now, that looks horrible. Unless I was going to animate it, and I'm not. This just great guy, ladies and gentlemen. Great guy. Royalty is in the house. You haven't really missed anything. I've just been basically killing however long I've been live, which is seriously coming up on an hour now. I started at 2:30 and it's almost 3:30. And I've just been explaining that I've downloaded a couple packages. I'm probably going to buy the one that Doug sent me to purchase. I'm not going to ask Doug to reimburse me at all. This is so I can learn. And I was showing the different things that if you want to see the effects, just open it in Fusion and go in there and double click it so that you can see all of how this works. This one's got me intrigued. I really want to figure out how this works. Now, obviously, he doesn't have an OCD problem because he's got one down, one at an angle, one at an angle, one at an angle, one at an angle. That would bug me. I mean, that seriously would bug me. But to each his and her own. So let's go back to here. We changed the color. We've got that. I'm going to do one thing and then wrap this up. I'm going to bring this over here. And I'm going to see what is the animation on all this. Oh, I'm confused. Oh, I'm not confused. Okay, I'm cool with that. I really am cool with that. I was confused because in the beginning, I'm going to shut this one off. In the beginning, that's red, and then in comes the changes that I made. I'm cool with that. I like that. That's pretty good. And then obviously, if I turn off the subscribe and turn back on the text, it brings that up. So as many times as I said this, um, it's just limited to your what you want to do. Lightsaber effect, real quick. I think it's got to generate in. Okay. Maybe it doesn't have to generate in. Uh-huh, sure. Is there text in there? Well, let's go see. Oh yeah, it says lightsaber. It shows that it's white. Is it because... I don't know what it's because. Let's grab another one. I like neon. Oh, did I do neon in my... I don't think I did neon. I forgot to do neon. Or did I? There's 5 of them. Oh, shoot. I'm confused. This one works straight away. I bet if I bring in glassy, it works straight away. And if I bring in this horrid plasma, it doesn't work straight away. So let's see. Why is that not working? Clearly it is not working. And I did not do anything other than bring it down out of the media pool and throw it into the timeline so I could see what it was, show Greg what it was going to do. More importantly, yeah, clearly that's not working. Interesting. Very interesting. Echo, plasma, lightsaber, neon. Oh, neon did work. I just changed the font and gallery, or yeah, glossy. All right. Cool. I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Been fun. I always enjoy, I mean, I sit down here and do this whenever I got time on my hands. Anyway, I just thought I would share it with everybody on a Sunday afternoon. Any questions from Tony, Darren, or Mr. Greg Guy? Any questions? No? It, you know what? In this, I got like 5 minutes. I'm going to try something. First things first, I'm going to go to camera 1 and I'm going to turn camera 1 off. I'm going to go back to Daily Davinci. And it's got the snowflake down there, so that's fine. I'm now going to activate Zoom. I'm going to start Zoom. Zoom is running. I need a volunteer, Greg, Darren. I would ask Tony, but Tony's only got Zoom on his phone, so I'm not going to do that. Well, I was going to attempt to see if I could bring Zoom into Daily Davinci. What's a better way? I mean, this has been a day of experiments and testing. What's a better way to experiment and test than try to bring Zoom in and make it functioning or functionable, functioning and functionable. I'm pretty sure I can at least bring it in, whether it's going to work or not. Yeah, please, Darren, if you would, join me in Zoom. Zoom is running. This might take a little longer than the 5 minutes I had for an hour-long stream, but all good. So far, it's just me sitting in Zoom. But you know what? I can actually do this like this. I will open the waiting room so that I don't have to approve anyone getting in, and I will go see if I can add Zoom where the snow is at. Okay.
Hello,
Hey, Darren.
I'm in.
I see that, and I'm going to go figure something out real quick, and then I'm
Wait,
going
I'll
to go
just.
back and see if I can add that. This is on a. Okay, so now I'll go back to Daily Davinci, and there comes Greg, I'll bet. Yeah, there's Greg.
Hey, Wes.
Hi, Greg.
Hey.
Good to see you. You still sound like you're a little under the weather.
I'm just a little tired. I stayed up watching season 2, a third watch till 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You did.
All right, so I am going to now see if I can add Zoom into Daily Davinci by going to here. And
Yeah.
I'm going to see, boy, do I have this already? That would be just a miracle in disguise.
Hard.
Well, you would you would think, Darren, with all the thousands of things I have, I would have this somewhere. You would think. So we'll
Yep.
see. Whoa, this is looking promising. So here comes the dilemma.
Wouldn't you have to put it into your stream itself? Add it in as a. Go to your stream bit and add a device into it.
This is interesting. I actually have it in two places. Are you guys watching the YouTube?
Yep.
Okay, so I have it. If I grab the box, you'll see the big box moving across.
You want in the corner.
Right, and the one in the corner is not moving. So I got to figure out if I minimize this. Yeah, that was dumb. Knew that was going to happen. All right, so that was dumb. Why? If I close that, okay, that's the one I want right there. So now I got to really do some thinking. Because I just added this, and by me adding this, it shouldn't have put it in the middle of the thing. It should have put it where I wanted it to go. So I got to go figure it out. Daily Davinci. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Oh no.
Go ahead. You can say it. I'm an idiot. All together now. I'm an idiot. No, Ken's an
No,
idiot.
you ain't.
No, you know why that's showing there? That's what's being displayed on the screen. If I take Zoom and move it over here, oh my goodness, I'm back to not. Oh my God. Dumb sometimes. Okay, so now I'm so dumb. Put that over there. Now I'm going to bring it back, and it's going to be part of. I'm going to wait for it to show up on YouTube, whatever the delay is. Okay, that's not too bad. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it actually in the background behind DaVinci Resolve. By doing that, And now we'll run about a 4 or 5 minute test. You guys watch me for the most part every day, twice a day. Do you think by having Zoom on Daily Davinci, it would be an addition or a distraction?
Addition.
Addition?
Yep. All right, Greg, make your vote.
I can experiment with it a couple days and see. The only reason I'm thinking about adding it is I miss the interaction, and when I'm looking at chat, it's not the same as listening to you guys talk. I mean, obviously, I can't see your faces. Now, can I get someone to go back and watch the YouTube stream for just a second? I've got a question on Zoom itself showing up on the stream.
Top right-hand corner on the screen.
Right, it's down in the lower right-hand corner. Is that a good position for it, or should I try to move it somewhere else?
Try and make it a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. I was afraid you might say that. No, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to run it. Oh, though it's not conflicting with that. Why is that not? Come on, doggone you. Okay, I made it a little bit bigger, not a lot. But here's the problem I see. If I wanted to show something over here on the inspector, and it happens to be down here, well, I can scroll it, I guess. Okay, that's not a big deal. So you think that should go a little bit bigger yet, Darren?
Yep.
Again, why did I not expect that answer? Bigger in like.
Just go to the bottom of that line. You know the top of that line. There's a Aye, that's it. Now move it over to your left. That's it. Too far. Right, a little bit. You're about 2 mils short. That's good enough.
This is why I'm thinking about getting a track bar. I can probably.
Okay,
that's about as good as that's going to get. Now the question is, what happens if a fourth person were to join us on Zoom?
Well, no, can I do it off my phone? I'm going to try it for my phone.
Is exactly what the first ever all-electric GMC Sierra
Will it work?
the Edition 1 is built to do.
I don't know. Well,
yeah, Greg, I know how you feel. I ended the Zoom probably about 1:20, 1:30ish, and then we got to talking, and about 4:25, I'm like, I got to get some sleep. I really intended to get up early this morning and get some things done, and I'm like, are you feeling okay? And she says, yeah, I feel fine. Why? I'm like, because we've been talking for nearly 3 hours, and it's just not like you at all. Normally, you're sound asleep by now. So
it might not work.
You might as well call him Snoop King.
Well, somebody joined us.
Yeah, me number 2.
Okay, so that didn't really affect where that's at that much at all.
That's on the right-hand corner.
Right. Okay, that's cool. All right. Good. Been a good afternoon of the Daily Davinci bonus resolve. So, thank you everybody. I appreciate it. Tony Wallow, Darren Go Home, Greg Guy joined me on the chat. Darren and Greg joined me on the Zoom for this test. I think I'm going to run with it. I'll give it a week. I'll see how it goes for a week. God, I got to learn to talk. Oh, somebody left us, doggone it.
Oh, just me. I'm not
I know, Darren. I'm giving you a hard time. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop the stream. Oh, that reminds me. I got to check something else out while I'm here. Okay, it does work, I think.
It also reminds you of what the country might have looked like. Quiet. Just how you think.
Yep, good. Sweet. Been a productive day. Been a very productive day. I will see all you gentlemen tonight on the normal 10:30, 10:45-ish stream. There will not be a bonus daily Davinci today. This is it. Once this thing gets done, I'm gonna shut. Actually, this is what's going to happen. I'm gonna shut the
55
YouTube
minutes.
stream down. John sent me a text. He's ready to get on StreamYard. We're gonna review what I've done for him and/or make any changes. So it's not like I'm just gonna go watch football or anything, because I'm not. I've got work to do.
My
So
TV's acting up.
do what, Greg?
My TV is acting up.
Oh, not
Oh.
good.